Hey, it's the Empire, Jew Boxing Empire, back from boxing. Now, man, my boy, the real deal Holyfield, former legend, man, the guy who beat Mike Tyson, not once, but twice. This guy, he sees the new crop of heavyweights in the division, and, you know, the three-headed monster, Anthony Joshua, Tyson Fury, and Deontay Wilder, right? And he says out of all those guys, Tyson Fury, he's the best, man. And it's really interesting stuff because, contrary to popular belief, he says some things that would have you believe otherwise, right? Now, I'm going to get some quotes for you guys, right? This is from Holyfield, and I quote, Tyson Fury, he can fight. The difference in people is how hard they work. Holyfield told Sky Sports. Anthony Joshua may be the better boxer of all of them, but with Fury, you never know. He has long arms and throws shots you don't see. He can sure make adjustments. Boxing is mental. It's about who's stronger in the mind. That outweighs physical things. People thought they could beat me because of how I look. With Fury, he doesn't look like he can do it, but he keeps proving he can. Now, man, those are big words from Tyson, from Holyfield, because he basically said that Anthony Joshua actually might be the better boxer, but Tyson Fury can make adjustments. And basically, you know, that's Tyson Fury's whole career. You know, he makes adjustments according to his fighter he's fighting. Right? You look at Vladimir Klitschko and how he fought him completely different from how he fought Deontay Wilder or Steve Cunningham. You know, he can literally change his whole game. And that's what makes Tyson Fury so dangerous, because Anthony Joshua, while he's a great fighter, he's mostly outboxing you and he hits hard enough to knock you out, right? You never see Anthony Joshua fight where he's fighting in the inside. With Tyson Fury, he can actually fight you in the inside. He can do things like that to really make him a dangerous fighter. And so when he makes his adjustments, usually people will just change the punch variation. But with Tyson Fury, when he makes adjustments, he can literally change his whole style of fighting, right? He can go to boxing just to bully you, right? And he proved that against Deontay Wilder fight. He proved that he can walk you in the inside and fight you in the inside if he felt like it, you know, which makes him extremely dangerous because, like I said earlier, there's a difference between making adjustments as a fighter and throwing certain punches and moving a certain way, and there's a difference between changing your style completely. If you look at Tyson Fury 1 and compare it to Tyson Fury 2, Tyson Fury 2 looked like a whole different fighter. The guy was walking forward. He wasn't afraid. He was aggressive. He was manhandling Deontay Wilder, throwing him around. He looked like a whole other guy. You would think that's a whole other fighter, you know? In my opinion, I think actually Tyson Fury probably has the best inside fighting in the heavyweight division for sure. At the highest level, Tyson Fury proved himself that he can fight inside against the best of the best, right? The only people that I think that will give Tyson Fury a run for his money fighting inside is probably like an Andy Ruiz, just because he's a little bit quicker. But besides that, maybe like an Adam Konowski, maybe a Gerald Miller. But the fact of the matter is, at the highest level, Tyson Fury proved it above all the other guys. Because besides Andy Ruiz, you know, Tyson Fury proved it time and time again, and he hasn't lost. So when he fights it inside, he's undefeated doing it. He's never taken an L fighting deep in the pocket, right? So that being said, man, Tyson Fury is the most accomplished heavyweight right now. He had the most titles of all the guys, right? He basically had all titles at one point in his career, not all at once, but he did have all titles at one point in his career. As far as at some point he had every single title in the heavyweight division that can be offered. So that's a really big deal, man. Holyfield sees some things in Tyson Fury that really makes him a threat in the heavyweight division. Now, I already talked about Tyson Fury. I think he, you know, it was just facts that, you know, me personally, I feel like, well, I don't feel anything. This guy, he got stripped from his titles because he found that taking steroids or some kind of performance-enhancing drug against Vladimir Klitschko. That's facts, right? So his performance is iffy, but his skill, he didn't do anything extraordinary to warrant the steroid use having any weighing effect on the fight, right? But the Deontay Wilder fight, a lot of sketchy things going on with his glove. That's how I feel about that. But, you know, at the end of the day, he's showing skills that could really set him apart from other heavyweights. And like Holyfield said, you know, the guy doesn't look the part, but he is the part. You know, a lot of people expect some kind of picture perfect kind of guy, some humble guy, no kind of controversial background. But Tyson Fury is the complete contrary. The guy is controversial. He says crazy stuff. The guy is out there, man. He's out there. You don't know what he might do next, man. He calls out Eddie Hearn. He talks trash about everyone. I don't think. You know what? The only thing I haven't seen him do is get in a fight with another Irish fighter. That'd be something. I would love to see that in Ireland. Tyson Fury is a great fighter, though. We're gonna see how. It's just you don't know how he's gonna fight. The guy's dangerous, man. You can't train for the guy. You think he's gonna box one time, and next thing you know, he's fighting you inside. You think he's gonna fight you inside. Next thing you know, he boxes you. And the guys is, I keep trying to tell people he's the biggest heavyweight of all the heavyweights. He's bigger than Anthony Joshua, and he's way bigger than Deontay Wilder. And weight has a massive impact if you know how to use it, right? So let me know how you guys feel about Holyfield's comments, man. I think they're really interesting. They have some warrant to them. Obviously, you can't go both ways in debating Tyson Fury. The guy is just controversial. A lot of things surrounding the guy is shrouded in mystery. Let me know how you guys feel about it, though. I thought it was pretty cool. Like, comment, subscribe. This is the Empire. Geoboxing Empire. Peace. Geoboxing Empire.